Let's all just try to be calm going into turn 1.
No, you'll tell me what to do.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to take a look at my Pineapple Racing Club race at Suzuka. We're going to have some damp conditions going on, so make sure you watch it all the way through because there's a lot that happens, lots of slipping and sliding. It's going to be a good time, okay? Here we go. We're going to take a look at the grid. Taking a look at the grid here, on pole position, we have Maddle in his BMW. Second place, we have Jerry in his Honda. Third, we have Heish in the McLaren. Then Dom in the Porsche. Banana behind him, also in the Porsche. Bartocci in the red Lexus. Mr. Brown in his purple Bentley. Me in my white Lexus. Valtonen in the Lamborghini. Daniel Pizzoli in the Audi. Weingarten in his black and yellow Mercedes. Tamura in his NASA McLaren. And last but not least, Garcia in his yellow, red, and black Mercedes. Here we are at the starting line of Suzuka. The light turns green and away we go. Dom already looking for a way around Jerry on the inside. Everyone being extra careful going into turn 1 because of the damp conditions. We don't want anybody sliding. Valtonen's going to get around us on the first corner and get ahead of us in the straight going into turn 2. Turns 2 and 3, now we're going to see Jerry slam on the brakes, causing Dom to go right into the back of him, causing Heish to go right into the back of him, knocking Dom off the track and putting him in last place as he waits to rejoin. After that little incident, no positions really change. We find ourselves following Bartocci and Valtonen as we finish off lap 1 at Suzuka. Fast forwarding a little bit here, we're still behind Valtonen and Bartocci, trailing Valtonen as best we can. We're going to go just into the hairpin here, and we notice that Dave has gone off the track. He is going to rejoin. We're going to try to beat him in the drag race, but we don't quite make it. We're going to file in next to him for the hairpin. As we follow the Bentley down the back straight, we're going to see Dom in the Porsche go to make a move. We are going to go wide on the exit here, giving Dom a wide open door to go past us. We don't fight this because we know the alien always wins. Fast forwarding again, we're going to find Dom trying to make a move on Bartocci. They're going into Spoon, and Bartocci's going to go wide. As he rejoins, I don't think he sees Dom there. They touch just a little bit. Bartocci manages to get back and going straight, but Dom goes off the track again. Rough race for him, as he rejoins behind Daniel and Weingarten. In the same corner, we're going to notice that because of all the carnage with Dom going off the track, we do manage to get next to Dave on the exit. We see us following the Bentley out of Spoon as Dom goes off the track to the left. We go a little wide on the exit, but we do get a better run off of it than the Bentley. We're going to manage to get next to him on the straight, giving us a line into the following corner. You'll see that Dave does notice we're there as he's going to go wide on the exit. We do give him room though, we didn't push him off. There's about a car length between us and the side of the track. He's going to try to get next to us into the chicane, and he manages to get past Garcia on the entry, but we slam the door on him through the second part and keep the position. About a lap later on the exact same corner, we're going to go into Spoon, and we notice we take a little bit too much curb on the exit. This causes the car to slide out of control one way, and then we correct to get it to go the other way. We do manage to keep the car in check, but we ended up losing the position back to Dave.
Don't move on the braking, please.
Fast forwarding through this next part, as luck would have it, you're going to notice that Dave actually goes wide into the chicane. Either missing his brake point or not braking hard enough, he does take the escape road to the left of the chicane, allowing us to take the position back once again. We skip ahead another couple of laps, and we notice that Heish's McLaren is starting to lag behind. We get behind him going into these corners here, and we notice that he doesn't have the straight line speed to keep us at bay. We end up going around him, realizing that the McLaren has damage. I wanted to go back and take a look at what exactly happened to the McLaren to explain why we were able to take that position so easily. This incident here, where Heish follows Maddle through the chicane up to the end of the track. We're going to notice that just as he's exiting the chicane, the McLaren takes just a little bit too much oversteer and ends up going into the wall to the left. In an attempt to correct, it ends up going into the wall to the right, severely damaging the front of the car just after the pit lane, forcing Heish to go all the way around the track in order to repair the car. With all those incidents out of the way, we find ourselves entering the pit lane just in front of Weingarten. We braked a little bit too hard on the pit entry, so Weingarten made up a little bit of time following us in. I want to take this time to remind you guys that if you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out the links in the description below. You're going to notice that in front of us, Bartocci is pitting, and also, for some reason, seems to leave without his tires. As we exit the pit lane, we notice that Weingarten actually manages to get out in front of us. The reason for this is that when we entered our pit lane, we slid a little bit too much under ABS and ended up losing about 3 seconds trying to get into our pit box. When we exited the pits, we exited in traffic. Up at the hairpin just after our exit, we see Dave get a banana in the behind, causing his Bentley to oversteer and making him a chicane in the hairpin. We all managed to get around him, taking the position from Dave once again. At this point, we are 3rd in the amateur division and 6th in the overall division, making that 5th as we see Banana not quite keeping the car on the track, and we take the position from him. We follow Valtonen for a number of laps, hoping that he's going to make a mistake, which brings us to this instance where he does go wide on turn 1, and we manage to take the position going into the S's. We later found out that Valtonen was actually using slick tires instead of wets. This gave all the people who were on wet tires a bit of an advantage over him, as a dry line never seemed to form on the track. Dave also manages to get next to Valtonen in the S's, and also taking the position from him with his advantage on the wet tires. Skipping ahead closer to the end of the race, we've been following Weingarten for a while now. He was about 10 to 12 seconds ahead, and we were worried that we were going to have to settle for 3rd place in the amateur division. Then this happened. He ends up going off the track, and we take the position from him on the 2nd to last lap. But that wasn't what sealed Weingarten's fate. It was actually these couple of corners later, where Weingarten actually just pulls the car off the track completely and stops it. We're not really sure why, but we later found out that it was because he ran out of gas and ended up not finishing the race. He's going to try to follow us, likely thinking that he's going to catch up, but on the next corner, we'll notice that he actually pulls the car off the track and onto the grass. In first place for amateur division is Bartacci, and he's about 20 seconds away from us at this point on the last lap. So here's us crossing the finish line in 2nd place in the amateur division in our damp race at Suzuka. Guys, thank you so very much for watching my video, and please remember that if you liked it, give it a like down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out the links down below. Down there, you'll find my Patreon and my Ko-fi account, and also the link to the Pineapple Racing Club Discord if you want to get in on these races. Super great bunch of guys, great place to start out your sim racing, or if you're super fast, we got super fast guys too. That's going to be all for me today, and we'll see you in a couple weeks for our Mount Panorama video. That'll be a good one, so make sure you stay tuned.